Hi friends, it's Tracy. I am actually doing something different for once. I am tracking my spending. What? I know. I am just as shocked as you are. When you're budgeting, I feel like the number one rule is like track your budget or track your spending, write it all down so that you get a good idea of your budget. I have been doing this for so long and I do not track my spending, which sounds terrible, but it's true. It's honestly true. I just don't. And for me, as long as I came in under budget in my cash categories, and obviously we're trying to pay off credit card debt, and because of that, like I was noticing a trend where we were putting so much on the credit card and then we were using the credit card throughout the month and not gaining as much momentum as I had hoped. So I tracked in October and I didn't like what I saw. And so I decided going forward in November, I am going to do a weekly update on my spending. So for the very first time since I started budgeting back in 2017, 2019, something like that, I'm tracking my spending. Yep. So it shouldn't be a long video. I just wanted to hold myself accountable. Liz from Liz and Les has been hounding me every single week or day, asking me if I've been tracking my spending. So Liz, this is for you, girl. All right. So for the first week of November, so starting with the 30th, going to the 31st, which is, I'm just doing it by rows. So the week of this row. We were on vacation last week. So I am going to show you how our vacation spending turned out next. That's why I don't have the total in there. But when we came back from vacation, we needed groceries. So we spent $110 at Hy-Vee. My husband was so sweet. He had Monday off. I don't know why I didn't take Monday off after vacation because I was a literal zombie. People were asking me questions. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what day it was. I didn't know what month it was. I shouldn't have been working, honestly. But I did. So he went to the grocery store for me. And when I'm laughing because internally it was very, very sweet. But there's things that I primarily do the groceries, so I would have picked different items. He thought he was being really cute, and I love chips and salsa. I'm addicted to chips and salsa. Just ask him. It's honestly a true addiction. And he's like, I bought you some salsa. And he gets home and it's picante sauce. And I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I don't think that's really salsa, but I get it. Like, he tried. And then he got me corn tortillas. And I'm the only one that eats the corn tortillas. And he bought me like a 50 pack. And I'm like, I'm not going to go through 50 of these. Like, but super appreciate it. He spent $110. He was super proud of it. And honestly, it was just nice that he did it. So we're just moving on. Tuesday, I had credit monitoring come into my account. I had a couple instances of people trying to claim benefits under my name. So during unemployment time, a lot of people were out of work because of the climate around, you know what I mean? There was a trend of people trying to claim benefits that the federal government was offering. And they tried to do it under my name, which was not successful. But my boss had a call and trying to verify that I was filing for unemployment, which I wasn't because I was working. So we signed up for credit monitoring. And I just do that monthly, and I'm just nervous to get rid of it. Wednesday, we went to the bar and spent $30 for a couple drinks My husband wanted to get out of the house, and he loves to meet up with his friends at the bar. It's his thing. If I go with him, then it's considered like money out of our account versus his account. So a lot of times he tries to convince me to come with him so that the money doesn't come out of his money. And I go sometimes. It just is what it is. And then I am almost out of deodorant. I use Native deodorant, and I usually buy it on their website. So I made a purchase for a 3-pack for $31. Thursday. Okay. So Thursday I went to bingo. My sister had asked me if I would come out for bingo. My dad and my stepmom were going, and her birthday is in October, and her birthday request every year is that I just spend time with her. And her favorite thing to do is gamble. She loves bingo. She loves scratch off. She loves casinos. She just loves it. It's her favorite thing. Me, not so much, but at least bingo, it's like interactive. So I get to see my family. So it was fine. And so for bingo, I spent $37 to buy the whole packet of bingo cards, and then the supplemental other one, and some drinks while I was there. Gas station food, $5. So I was chatting with a couple people in the budgeting community, and they're like, why are you buying gas station food? There's got to be something better. So here's the deal. I have celiac, which means I can't just eat anything. And when I go out there, the bingo is held in a bowling alley. And the bowling alley food that they serve doesn't work with my needs for dietary needs. And so I stop at a gas station on my way out there, and I usually buy a bag of chips, a drink, and a cheese which for those that don't know, a cheese which is 2 pieces of cheese with some salami in the middle, smacked together, and they sell it as a prepackaged alternative gluten-free option. I personally think they're great. Like, I grew up in the Midwest, cheese, dairy, that's kind of our thing, right? Other people think it's a little weird. So I bought gas station food, and for $5. And then my husband decided, because I went out to bingo with my family, that he was going to go out and meet up with his friends. So he went to a bar restaurant and spent $62. Do you see the disparity here? So I put it on here. Normally I don't track my husband's spending because we have this thing where it's your money. Do whichever you want with it. But he used our joint credit card because he forgot to use his personal check card. So I put it on there. I spent cash with mine. So I took $50 out of my Tracey Mad Money binder and I used cash. But because his went on the joint credit card, I added it on here. So then Friday, I needed gas for my car, so I filled up. That was $39. Saturday, he needed gas for his car. That was $53. And then we did some grocery shopping and went to Trader Joe's, spent $76. So when we go there, we typically will stock up on coffee and half. So my husband loves their coffee, so I usually buy at least 3 cans of it, and they're $17 a piece. But it'll last about 2 months. I don't drink coffee, so it strictly is for him. And then half and half, I usually get 2 of them because of the dates. The 2 will last a month. So $76. I just don't shop there that often. I go maybe every 2 months. So it's a little bit high for what we bought, but it is what it is. And then we did go out to dinner that night, and I don't know why I didn't include it, but we did spend money on dinner too. All right, so now you guys are wondering about that vacation, right? Ta-da! Okay, so we took a trip up to the North Shore. The North Shore for Minnesota is Lake Superior. So we're part of the Great Lakes, right? And Superior is the largest one. And when you drive up along the edge of Minnesota, up the Great Lakes, there's Duluth, which is a huge city. And then as you keep going north, there's little towns along the lake, and they have different resorts and places to stay, restaurants, etc. So the place that we stayed at is about an hour away from the Canada border. So we're getting pretty far up there, but we go there every single year if we can, to the same spot. There's great hiking, food, drinks. It's awesome. So what did we budget for it? In my travel fund, which is electronic in my bank, I had $950 and allocated for this trip. Sinking funds, I had saved up $540, which means total for our trip, I had saved $1,490. So how much did we spend? So for accommodations, the place that we stayed at, we spent $858.22. To some of you, that's going to be really, really high. Honestly, up in that area, things are just more expensive. There's less options the farther up north you go. They're all on the lakes. You get the view. It just costs a little bit more. Gas. We spent $86.47. We took my husband's truck for us to drive up there. It's about a 3.5-hour drive, 4-hour drive from the cities. I live in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul area. And so to fill up his truck, it was $86.47 total. Food. Whew, we spent $445.12. Now, food, we splurge when we're up there. We get nicer meals. If we want an appetizer or dessert, we just go for it. It also includes snacks. So where we're staying, sometimes you don't want to just eat out all the time and you want a few snacks in your room. It covered that too. So I did do some grocery shopping ahead of time, and I just put that money into the food account. Alcohol. For all you that don't drink, don't judge me, please. But we buy alcohol, okay? I have drinks. I'm good with it. If you're good with it, I'm good with it. It's not a bad thing if done responsibly. But I can't deny it. I drink alcohol, okay? Total, we spent $313.51. So some of that was buying booze ahead of time, ciders, alcohol, to bring up there so that we could drink in our room. Cost savings, right? Yes. Some of it was purchasing booze at wineries, cideries, breweries that we went to. So some of that wasn't just drank while we're there. We brought stuff home. So we bought 4 bottles, these really tall bottles of cider that are fresh made in Minnesota. We're known for apples. Cider is just delicious. And there's so many good cideries around here that every time we go up north, we go to one. There's also winery, so you can pick up a couple bottles of wines. We'll do that too. Again, the wineries aren't very prevalent around here. There's some, but it's not as big as like if you went to California or, you know what I mean? But we still like them. And breweries, my husband loves craft beer. And Minnesota has so many craft breweries that you go there and you have a couple beers, but then you buy crowlers, which are larger. They're larger than a normal can, but they're smaller than like a little keg. But it's kind of what the law allows them to sell. So they sell it in crowlers is what it's called. So he bought a few of those too. Shopping, $185. So while we're up there, we like to buy like sweatshirts or like we go to different stores. My husband loves to buy t-shirts from different breweries. I bought a North Shore sweatshirt this year, and we did a little bit of shopping. We didn't do as much this year as we've done other years because we were trying to do better. We generally were trying, and we did do better. Honestly, we did do better than what we had spent in previous years, but we're still going to be a little high. So what we spent in total, $1,888.32. You're like, Tracey, but you only budgeted $1,490. You're right. You're not wrong. You are right. So less the amount that we saved, so minus the $1,490, we were $398.32 over budget. So where'd this money go? It went on the credit card. But it is what it is. Like, now I know, because I've never tracked my spending before. Honestly, I've never tracked it before. Now I know how much I need to save for next year when we go. So if we spent $1,888 this year, and we did it pretty frugally, My husband did say he wants to add another night. I'm going to budget for next year probably $2,500 because let's see, what should we do? Budget for 2023. Let's do $2,500. So now I know in my sinking fund for our fall getaway, I need to get up to $2,500 by October of next year. And actually tracking all this, like I had receipts all over my table 10 minutes ago as I'm like trying to sift what's food, what's gas. I did save my receipts. I was super proud. My husband even was like writing on the little notepad in our room, like where we spent money and if we used cash or card, because some places just didn't take cash and we had brought cash up there. So we did have to use our card just due to some of those things that came up too. But next year I'm going to budget $2,500 for this trip. And so vacation total, let's add that onto there. We spent $1,888.32. So $1,888.32. There we go. That is my spending for the week as well as my vacation summary. But this is a quick one, guys. Okay, bye.